In 2008, Yahoo turned down a $44.6 billion offer from Microsoft, and 9 years later, the whole company sold for barely a tenth of that price. At its .com peak, the same portal had been the front door of the internet, valued at more than $125 billion. The internet portal commanded massive daily traffic volume while operating from its main corporate headquarters located in Sunnyvale, California. Corporate leadership evaluated these offers carefully before ultimately deciding to reject the Microsoft proposal that could have secured their financial future permanently. The specific decision marked a critical turning point where search engine technology began shifting away from human-curated directories toward fully automated algorithms very quickly. Back in 1994, graduate students Jerry Yang and David Philo built the original website directory together on the Stanford campus. Jerry Yang and David Philo worked closely together during their studies before establishing the company name known globally as Yahoo Inc. They initially named their new project Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web during its very early stages of development. The guide operated as a simple directory that organized other websites in a hierarchy system rather than a searchable index of pages. Operations expanded rapidly as the company incorporated new services, including email platforms and news feeds for millions of daily users worldwide. My Yahoo became a popular personalized homepage solution, allowing people to customize their own start pages with specific widgets and content links. Yahoo Finance provided real-time stock market data and financial news updates that attracted a huge audience of investors looking for information. Sports and entertainment platforms were launched alongside the main portal to capture diverse audience segments seeking leisure content online daily for fun. However, search technology evolved quickly while Yahoo relied heavily on licensing agreements for its core search functionality during the early 2000s digital era. Google developed superior algorithms that index pages faster and more accurately than human editors ever could manage within the old directory system. Yahoo lost significant market share to Facebook and Google during that time as user habits shifted towards social networking and search engines. In February 2008, Microsoft publicly announced a $44.6 billion takeover bid, a 62% premium for the struggling internet company. The board of directors met to consider the offer seriously while internal debates raged over whether selling was the right strategic move forward. Leadership ultimately rejected the proposal, believing their stock price would recover and growth potential remained higher than the cash offer suggested at that time. Shareholders were disappointed by the refusal as stock values fluctuated wildly following the public news release regarding the failed acquisition deal announcement. Usage declined steadily through the 2010s as the platform's core services lost ground to faster rivals. The company lost substantial market share to competitors like Facebook and Google during that period, while advertising revenues started shrinking significantly year over year. A breach affecting more than 500 million accounts was disclosed in 2016, followed by an even larger one covering 3 billion. This discovery forced Verizon to negotiate a lower purchase price for the business assets following the public disclosure of the massive data breach incident. In 2021, Verizon sold the business on to Apollo Global Management, which took 90% ownership in a deal worth about $5 billion. Services continue to operate under the new ownership structure, including Yahoo Search, My Yahoo, and Yahoo Mail, among other essential digital communication tools provided. Yahoo Mail is described as a free email solution with smart features, yet it still serves millions of active users across different devices worldwide daily. The portal provides access to breaking local, national, and global news updates through dedicated platforms that enable rapid information consumption on mobile screens. Financial services remain active, offering stock quotes and market analysis to investors who still rely on the platform for specific data points regularly today. Entertainment platforms were also integrated into the main ecosystem, allowing users to stream media content and access sports statistics from one unified location easily. Despite these efforts, usage numbers declined in the 2010s as some of its legacy services were eventually discontinued or quietly consolidated elsewhere. The company lost substantial market share to social media giants and search engine competitors during that turbulent period of rapid industry transformation across the globe. Leadership changes occurred frequently throughout the decade as new CEOs constantly attempted to pivot strategy toward mobile technology and social media integration efforts. Marissa Mayer led the company through a challenging era focused on revitalizing products and acquiring startups to boost innovation within the corporate structure. Strategic missteps regarding mobile app development hindered growth potential, while core search functionality failed to compete effectively against dominant algorithm-driven competitors in online markets. The data breach discovery significantly damaged trust among users and caused investors to reduce their valuation expectations for the business assets. Verizon closed the deal at $4.48 billion after cutting $350 million from the price over the breaches. Apollo Global Management took over the majority ownership stake and restructured the company under a new corporate entity named Yahoo Inc., operating as an independent business. Current operations focus on maintaining user bases for email and news services while exploring new revenue streams through digital advertising partnerships with third parties. The fragmented ownership structure creates ongoing challenges for long-term strategic planning, while management attempts to balance legacy maintenance with modern technology requirements daily. Years prior, executives dismissed search algorithms as passing fads while focusing revenue on banner advertisements and directory listings rather than future innovation. In 2002, Yahoo chief Terry Semel tried to buy Google for about $3 billion, but the founders held out for $5 billion. The Yahoo leadership team debated the proposal internally, but ultimately decided against purchasing the algorithmic technology due to internal valuation concerns and corporate arrogance. This critical decision allowed Google to scale independently until it eventually became the dominant force in online search across the entire digital marketplace. By May 2008, Steve Ballmer walked away when Jerry Yang held out for $37 per share against the $33 on the table. Shareholders rejected the lucrative offer, believing their own stock price would recover, while management insisted they could build search capabilities internally without external help. That painful rejection cost shareholders billions in lost value as Microsoft eventually launched its own Google rival, Bing, to compete within the search market. Cultural rot set deep within the organization, where engineers often preferred building media content and ads over effectively refining the core search infrastructure. Employees focused heavily on displaying advertisements daily rather than improving the actual user experience or relevance of search results for complex queries. Frequent leadership changes disrupted long-term vision, while successive CEOs struggled significantly to reverse the momentum lost during years of strategic indecision. Tim Kugel served as CEO for 10 full years before handing over control to Terry Semel, who shifted company focus toward media production. Semel prioritized content partnerships and video services, believing the internet future lay in entertainment streaming rather than traditional search engine optimization methods. Investors grew visibly frustrated as revenue growth stalled completely against competitors who offered faster speeds and more relevant results for standard web searches. Attempting to retain loyal users, the company launched My Yahoo personalized portals that aggregated breaking news feeds and stock prices in one dashboard. While useful for a time, the static approach eventually failed to adapt as mobile phones began replacing desktop computers globally at rapid rates. Mobile app development lagged significantly behind Apple and Android platforms, allowing competitors to capture the rapidly growing market share of smartphone users. CEO Jim Lanzone noted in a Fortune interview that missing those early deals defined the company's trajectory across 2 decades. He noted that Yahoo became too comfortable with being an internet destination portal rather than evolving into a technology infrastructure provider for everyone. The directory model that once organized the entire web manually could not possibly scale to meet sudden demands of billions of new pages. Human editors curated website links until automated search crawlers proved far more efficient at indexing the rapidly expanding content available across the internet. Yahoo Mail remained a popular legacy service, providing free email solutions with smart security features, retaining millions of active daily users. Finance and news sections continued generating substantial ad revenue, while the core search functions steadily lost ground to algorithmically superior foreign tech competitors. The brand stayed highly recognizable, but key financial metrics deteriorated sharply as user attention shifted toward social media platforms for primary daily interaction. Privacy concerns mounted significantly after major security incidents secretly exposed passwords and personal birth dates of hundreds of millions of user accounts. These massive data breaches eroded consumer trust much faster than any marketing campaign could possibly rebuild it back among the general public. That final transaction marked a symbolic end for the original independent entity that once defined how millions of people navigated the web daily. Legal disputes regarding security failures continued for several years after the deal finally closed, and these disputes affected investor sentiment significantly into the new decade. The remaining core assets were subsequently restructured under new management leadership, focused on stabilizing key revenue streams from existing loyal user bases globally. Legacy platforms continue to operate, providing essential communication tools for hundreds of millions of accounts that remain active despite declining overall traffic trends. Technical debt accumulated over decades now requires significant investment to integrate artificial intelligence tools into the aging infrastructure of legacy platforms today. The whole story now serves as a cautionary tale about corporate hubris and the dangers of ignoring disruptive new technologies until it is too late. It highlights exactly how quickly established market leaders can fall when they prioritize short-term profits over necessary long-term innovation in search. Talented engineers who could have built the next generation of artificial intelligence instead remain stuck maintaining outdated directory structures for declining traffic numbers. The massive opportunity to define the modern internet passed away in corporate boardrooms, where executives valued immediate quarterly revenue over potential future growth. Modern search engines today use advanced machine learning models to accurately predict user intent, while legacy systems struggled with basic keyword matching methods. The original directory hierarchy concept eventually became totally obsolete as the web grew far too large for human organization and required automated indexing solutions. Yahoo Mail today remains one of the few surviving major products from that golden era, retaining a significant portion of its original loyal user base. News and finance platforms today continue to operate independently, providing breaking local, national, and global coverage for dedicated readers who remember those portal days. Strategic partnerships form the foundation for future growth as the company looks toward integrating smarter algorithms into its remaining digital product suite now. Future strategic plans involve seeking new capabilities to try and compete once again against dominant search players, controlling market share. The offers Yahoo once rejected now look like impossible dreams for a company fighting to stay relevant. That single decision to decline Google forever changed the trajectory of search history while leaving behind a legacy defined by missed opportunities for growth.